Hey there guys and gals, welcome back to Back Pocket Game Reviews. I know it's been a while since I've recorded right here, however, I got some interesting little tidbits of news for you. But before we jump into this tantalizing, juicy GameStop news, make sure your notifications on, because notifications haven't been working for my channel. If you'd like to follow me anywhere else so you know when I upload, such as Twitter, because I post every video that I upload the link onto Twitter, that's all in the description box down below, alongside of shoutouts to all of my Patreon supporters. So, what is GameStop doing? Why are we talking about GameStop today? Well, this is actually pretty interesting. I had a subscriber tip me off some information, which then I contacted some of the people that I know at GameStop just to see what is going on with this. GameStop's apparently bringing back that rental program. You know, the one that was so popular they had to stop within a couple of days? That one. So, it was called the GameStop Power Pass. I don't know if the name is going to change. Literally, most employees don't really know much about this, if anything at all, and it still isn't even in the finalized stages yet. So GameStop's apparently getting ready to change a lot of things in the store, which is probably a smart move, seeing as their current financial situations aren't great. They couldn't seek a buyer because they think they're worth more than what they are, and they're constantly losing market share. I mean, drastic amounts of market share. Now, why would this be beneficial? Well, if you have customers constantly coming into the store to rent games on a membership basis, a membership subscription stuff actually values your company higher because it's a guaranteed, hey, this is the amount of money we're gonna have next month. Whereas GameStop could open the doors tomorrow and no one might come in, but if you have those subscription services, you kind of have an idea, or at least a rough idea, of how much money you're going to have no matter what. So that's kind of why you're seeing a lot of these companies, like Disney now has their own subscription service that's coming out. That's going to be a thing here shortly. But you've got Netflix, you've got Hulu. Every company is getting on board with this. Even Best Buy can offer you a subscription service for tech support now. So, supposedly a lot of things are going to change about this. I've got some conflicting information so far. Somebody told me it's going to be new games. Some people said new games aren't going to be on the table, and I've had some differences in prices that have been stated to me. The highest I've been told is $30 a month, but if new games are included and you're paying $30 a month, I buy at least one game a month, and if we're being fair, that's 60 bucks a month. It's a lot of money. 30 bucks cuts that in half. And plus, with you being able to swap it out, maybe I wasn't a huge fan of that game. Maybe that game just really didn't do enough for me. I'd be able to go back in and swap that game out. But the other benefit that this would have for GameStop is you're now getting more people into the store. You're running the chance of selling them more collectibles, and that's a huge plus for them. Collectibles is a huge profitable margin for them. Whereas, well, new games, not really a big margin for them. So now the part that you kind of have to wonder about is, how is this all going to work in terms of inventory? They're now allowing new games. Obviously, they're going to have to order more than what's currently going to be in their pre-order lot. So some games are going to require them more, or is there only going to be a certain amount set aside for pre-orders? And as I said, this is still in a lot of those not finalized stages yet. So a lot of different changes could roll to this program, and it could even wind up being cheaper than what we just discussed. But you also run the risk now of someone coming in specifically to buy a used game, and that used game maybe not being on the shelf. But you also have a customer now who's monthly going to be giving you money, as opposed to someone who might just be coming in for a one-time purchase. This is a very hard thing to read on how it's going to turn out for GameStop, and a lot of it actually depends on how they manage and run this service. Obviously, as we know, it only lasted about a week when they tried it out the first time, saying it was too popular. which it may have been. But this could be the thing that they need to honestly get themselves at least back to stable. And if not back to stable, at least close enough to where they would be able to, well, court a buyer, so to speak. Get someone to be like, yes, I want to buy your game store, because now you have steady income that's a guaranteed rather than a dwindling market share. Because if you look at GameStop's year-over-year sales, they're ugly right now. Like, they are, Jesus Christ, are they ugly. And a lot of that has to do with several factors that hurt them quite a bit. That's going to be a topic we're going to talk about probably here in the next couple days in a separate video on really what it is that they're needing to combat. But this is a good way to possibly get more foot traffic in the store. And again, as I said, a guaranteed purchase. And if they require you to have a power-up rewards card, well, so that's another huge thing for investors. The more rewards cards you have, there is a lot of statistics that say rewards customers spend more than other customers. I don't really like that statistic, but keep in mind, I don't have a business degree. I'm just a peon assistant manager in a retail store, whereas these are huge business people that obviously supposedly know better than me. But the reason why I don't like this is there's no way to necessarily 100% track what an individual spends who doesn't want one of your rewards cards. And trust me, I've heard any number of things you could imagine for why someone doesn't want them. Like that they don't want the government to be able to track them. Yes, people are afraid that your store rewards cards are another way for the government to track them. You know, GameStop has all them government deals going down in the DL. So I am curious to see how this is all gonna unfold for them, but supposedly, according to my sources, I've gotten a couple different date frames, times where this is going to become active. It's probably gonna be May or June from what I can gather so far. But as I said, an individual who watches my channel tipped me off to this, and then I had to start texting some people automatically like, hey, why wouldn't you tell me about this? Oh, because you're the crazy guy on YouTube that we don't really want in our store. And don't get me wrong, as I said, I want GameStop to succeed. If GameStop does well, that's great. That is a standalone game store that I don't lose. I used to go to a Game Crazy pretty regularly before GameStop was the only thing really around. And I used to be a regular customer to GameStop. That's how I got hired at GameStop. I was in there so much that they were just like, you want a job? I sure do. I like to talk to people about games, hence why we're here. However, keep in mind, I do like when we talk in the comments because I like to actually converse, not just have a one-way conversation. I know it seems like I like a one-way conversation because I'm talking to a camera, but I'm not that insane. So let me know your thoughts down in the comments down below. And also, as I said, if you want to follow me anywhere else, you can even find my PSN, Xbox Live, my Twitter, my Facebook. Anywhere that I am is all linked in the description box down below. And don't forget, if you're new here too, click the subscribe button, ding the little bell. Maybe the bell will work, maybe it won't, but I hear women really like when you ding that bell on my channel. Also, last but not least, don't forget to drop a thumbs up. If you enjoyed this video, drop a thumbs up. I desperately need thumbs up right now. Please help me get out of the YouTube rut. Guys, thanks for watching. I'll have plenty more content coming for you, and stick around.